Peace everyone, it's Naiyah and welcome back to my channel. So if you guys watch my vlogs or if you're aware of anything that I do at all, then you know that I go out of town sometimes. And usually when I go out of town, if it's a Savior's Day or if it's just to cover something, it's typically because I'm covering something, whether it be for the Final Call newspaper or for the newspaper I currently work at. I know a few things that might help you when it comes to traveling and having to cover something. So these are the top 5 things. I just put up 10 fingers. But these are the top 5 things that I would take with me that really helped with me when I went to DC this past weekend and covered the March for Our Lives. So without further ado, let's get into the top 5 things that I take with me or that are usually very helpful for me when I'm traveling to cover a story. Okay, so the first thing, surprise surprise, would be my phone. My phone was extremely instrumental in a few things. Of course, social media, even though at the actual March, this past weekend the service was terrible, so I couldn't really post that much. But usually my phone is really helpful because it also doubles as a sound recorder. It doubles as taking pictures for social media. Of course, this is how you access social media. So it was very helpful in that way. Alright, so now that the obvious is out of the way, we're going to talk about number 2, which is bags. So the backpack in and of itself is the best because you can carry it on your back and you don't actually have to carry it. So that's kind of the best thing about it. Now, unfortunately, sometimes I can't fit everything inside of this bag, so I use my camera bag. And the good thing about the camera bag is that I usually wear it on my shoulder or slung across, so I can just pull it open and my camera is right there. Especially when something big is happening, I have easy access to my camera. So definitely these 2 bags have been extremely helpful to me. Alright guys, so number 3, let's talk about cameras. So I actually had 2 cameras with me while I was in DC. I had this camera with me, which is a Sony camera. It's actually my vlogging camera. And then I had my Canon Rebel T3i, which was the one that I used to take, which was the main one that I used to take pictures. That's the one that I'm recording on now, so I can't quite show you. But that has been the camera that I always use to take pictures. Sometimes I switch out lenses and I have a lens that has a better zoom on it, and it also just captures the colors a lot better. But this camera with the lens that it comes with, I've taken to Savior's Day, Holy Day, and other places that I've gone to cover stories. Alright guys, so we're going to move on to number 4. The 4th thing would happen to be my notebooks. These are reporter's notebooks, and I had 3 of them with me, even though I really only use one. But this is really helpful when you're at a meeting or whatever the case may be and you just want to jot down the important parts of it. Also, if you're thinking about how you're trying to formulate the story or how you're going to tell this story, then it's really good to have this just to keep everything in one place. Alright guys, so the last thing is number 5, and this has been so helpful to me. I can't think of how I would have survived without it, at least in DC, and that would be my portable charger. This thing, I made sure while I was in DC I charged it every night to make sure that it was good for my phone later. You know, being out like that, whether it's a DC Savior's Day, I didn't really get much use out of it this Savior's Day because I wasn't the best at working it or anything like that. But as far as finally figuring out how to work it, then I made sure to charge it every night so that my phone would have that good charge. Okay guys, so those are the top 5, 10 fingers, those are the top 5 things that I would take with me while I'm traveling, especially if you're trying to pack light. Then definitely think of how you can condense. Think of how one thing such as your phone can double as another thing, like a sound recorder, so that you don't have to take both with you. I really hope that this video helped you in some way, shape, or form. If you have some things that you take with you while you're traveling and covering stories, definitely leave them down in the comments or just help us out, you know, because we're all trying to, you know, be more efficient and better journalists or even just writers in general. So definitely drop it down, help us out, let us know. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I really hope that this video helped you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.